Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every week, usually on Tuesdays at noon. I share planner reviews here along with my own personal planning, and I do a Zoom call every month with my patrons and throw extra videos up there too, extra personal videos, as well as launch videos that I'm allowed to share early. So if you're interested in checking that out, that link is always down in the description. Today's video is sponsored by Monk Manual, and I get to share with you their brand new weekly planner. I have done Monk Manual reviews here on YouTube. I will link those down below. I'll link the most recent to their daily planner, as well as talking about their goal setting system, which is like an extension of their daily planner. And all of that information is on their website. But this is their new weekly planner, which they have never had before. So those that love Monk Manual or have been really intrigued by Monk Manual Daily, I think that you guys are going to love seeing this weekly. And I think a lot of people, even if you've never seen Monk Manual before, you're going to love seeing what is in this weekly. It's a really unique planner. So I'm going to share everything about Monk Manual, just like you haven't watched any of my daily reviews on them. It's been a while since I've done a daily review anyway. This weekly planner of theirs comes in 3 beautiful colors. They're normal, like a caramel color, which is, I believe, still the only thing that their daily comes in. And it has this beautiful motif inside with a nice accordion pocket and a hunter green band, which looks stunning with the caramel color. And then we have the sage color, which also has the hunter green band and a light sage green inside with that same accordion pocket on the back. And each Monk Manual also comes with 2 grosgrain ribbons that coordinate with the color of that planner. So we'll do our ribbon test because I know everybody's going to ask about it, even though I had it stuck in specific spots here. You know what? I don't want to lose my spots there. So let's do the ribbon test in this one because I have those marked. So this one, you have 2 hunter green ribbons and they barely go to the edge. They are pretty long because this is a pretty big book, but you can pull them to the edge if you wish to do so. So we always got to do the ribbon test. And then you have your professional, always beloved black. They all have the gold foiling on there for the Monk Manual. And this one has a black band, so that it stays all professional and that nice khaki cream color inside, so you stay 100% professional. We will go ahead and look through the sage one though, but I wanted to show you all 3 colors available. And the ribbons that come in your black are black and camel colored. So classy, you guys. I love the grosgrain ribbons and the colors that coordinate with each book. These are high quality books. They are so well made. We'll get into all that. We're going to go through it in the sage. All right, I measured the page size on these at 7.5 by 10, and you have quite a nice little goal setting focus section at the front here. We're going to talk about that. So before we go through all the front, I feel like I just really want to show you the weekly layout and how nicely this lays flat and show you what you're getting in here with the weekly pages. And then we're going to do the full walkthrough. So I'm going to take off the belly band and put this band inside there so we can get all situated. This kind of tells you this is a 12-month undated planner. They do not have dated at this time. Their Monk Manual Daily is also undated. This just gives you a little insight into what this planner is all about. So I'm going to read this little part to you. Monks know that the path to a fuller life isn't doing more things, it's doing the most important things well. Every day, your life tasks present opportunities for both being and doing, for intentional growth and external progress. When you engage the process of life with intention and presence, you transcend the flat life of grind to one that is full of peace, purpose, and productivity. Through regular practice with the Monk Manual, you continually invest your time and unique gifts in your life's most important work, that of becoming fully yourself and sharing your gift with the world. Live life full. And that, in essence, is what Monk Manual is really all about. It's inspired by monks, backed by science, and made for you. That kind of is one of their taglines. It's integrating the productivity benefits of a planner and reflective benefits of a journal. The Monk Manual is a unique daily system designed to help individuals build and experience fuller lives. Focus on the most important things, optimize your energy and time, set and work towards meaningful goals, gain personal insight and clarity, experience a greater sense of peace, and find and achieve your higher purpose. It is not only your planner, but it is also has the benefits of a reflective journal in it. I really felt like I needed to read that all to give you guys the whole kind of sense of what Monk Manual is all about. It's a really special system. It is not just a planner with your agenda laid out. So you can see that the paper is a little bit cream colored. Let me pull in like a white sheet of paper possibly so that we can, I didn't think about bringing a piece of paper to show you the color. This is just a random white sheet of paper off my clipboard. So I wanted to show you how it's a little bit cream, but I also have a Leuchtturm right here. This is just a blank page Leuchtturm. They're extra thick, I think 120 GSM paper. You can see kind of, it is more along the lines of this cream, but it is not like super cream paper to me. When I just look at it, I kind of see off-white, which is also supposed to be easier on the eyes and just like a calming feel. I feel that. I don't really feel cream. And then your boxes on every page are what I would call, it's hard to describe this color. It's the same color that's in the Monk Manual Daily. It's a mix of kind of like a khaki with a little bit of peach. It's to make these boxes stand out on your weekly layout. So your weekly layout, this is the weekly layout. And in between each week, this is the special part of the Monk Manual Weekly, is you have these 2 pages in between every weekly layout. These are your reflection pages for the week and thinking about the week ahead. So you are reflecting, we'll go through all this, and then thinking about the week ahead, and then a full dot grid notes page in which you could journal in. You could do more reflection questions. You could also just do weekly lists. You could do a mind map. You could do your grocery shopping list here, even your dinner plans. Whatever you need to map out for the week, this dot grid page is here for you. You can tell this Monk Manual lays completely flat so easily. Like I had never turned to this page in it before. I've only used the beginning pages and it lays just completely flat. So the components of your weekly layout are you have a top 3 for the week, which you guys know I love to do on my week. So a lot of this resonates with just my personal planning style. And they have the number 1 highlighted there, which I like. You don't have to do anything for that. And 3 boxes to check it off. You write in your dates here and you write in a weekly theme. We'll talk more about what they mean by a theme up front, where they help explain that to you. And you're focusing on a habit for the week. Of course, it could be the same habit over and over week after week. You could have the whole habit focus for the month. It could be a habit focus even for the year that you want to keep the same tracking. Or it could be you're going to work on a different habit every week. So that's up to you, but you can easily see that one habit that you're tracking up there. Then you have a priority box for each day. So you can really decide what is your priority for the day. I mean, if you have an important appointment, that might make it into your priority box, as how my mind kind of works. But that might not be your priority. It might always be your top work task. Or it might be, getting down on the floor and making sure that you make some eye-to-eye contact and play with your toddler, that day, getting down on their level and really playing with them. So whatever your priority is for that day. Then you have light gray lines with nice ample spacing, so not teeny tiny lines. You have a gratitude box at the end of each day, and you have an insight box. We're going to talk about this more when we get into the pages that I actually filled out. You can use that insight, of course, for a personal insight that you got from the day, or you guys know I always present you with different ways to use planners. I always say, if it doesn't work for you, because I might find myself wanting to use the insight box for different things at certain times in my life. You could also put the weather down there. You could put your teenager's work schedule. So it's kind of just like another box that's highlighted. You could put one way you were bonding with one of your kids that day. Like that could be your insight each day. So you're not trying to think through of some other insight that came to you. Like it could always be about like, how did you bond with your kids or your spouse that day? Then the weather could actually go down here. There's actually a blank margin for that. That is a place that the weather could work, or the weather could go on that line right there. Dinner could go on that last line right there, I think. There's just lots of different ways. You have to-do or notes section here, and you have a quote every week. So that is your weekly layout. Here are your in-between pages in between each week. You write the week, and then looking back, your biggest accomplishments for the week, 3 things. Let me tell you, I went and tried to fill out this page for a week, and not being used to answering these questions in weekly reflection, I really had to think. and really make myself look back on the week. And I can see how this would become very meaningful and would give you insights into your life if you were reflecting like this each week. Then you have a box for meaningful moments from the week. I like that it's just a box, so there's not limited to any certain number. You could write as big or small as you like. I also like that you could fill this out as the week goes on, like meaningful moments that happen. You don't have to wait till the end of the week, but also glancing over your schedule from the whole week can bring back those moments. But I would probably like to write those in if I just have one come up like at the end of each night, kind of reflect on that. God is teaching me, so a whole box for that on how God is teaching you. Now, I understand not everyone is Christian, and so they might say this, box does not work for me, but I think you can just use it as, what are you learning in your life that week? Everybody is learning something in their life that week. Everybody has had something come to them, like a moment like, wow, I need to work on this, or that went really well with this person, or that didn't go really well. What am I learning? Could go in that box. Habit insights. So thinking about your habit that week, what are insights? Then this is looking forward to the next week. One change I can make the next week. Relationship growth. So thinking about your relationships right there for the next week. And I'm looking forward to for the next week. I love the hopeful questions of like looking forward, these all seem hopeful. What can I do next week that will actually make my life, inch a little bit more towards where I want it to be? So that is your reflection page. Then you have this dot grid. I really like how they highlight each little line here. It's a very nice, aesthetically pleasing page. So that is your weekly and your weekly layout for your planning. Of course, you could write times in here in this little margin. It's actually a good enough margin if you need things to be timed. And so you can look across and you could start at, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it will give you a good day of an hourly if you need a schedule or need time blocking. If not, then just for your list, or you could always put appointments up top and then your list after that. So lots of different ways to use this open-ended page. Let's go back and walk through from the beginning because that really is the whole flow of this undated planner. And then we have our pen test in the beginning and everything. And at the end, you have 10 dot grid notes pages. 10, that's counting front and back. So that is the end of your planner and that really nice accordion pocket. Definitely, if you're interested in all of this and you're like, wow, I'm so intrigued, you can go to monkmanual.com and check out. They have a lot to explain their whole system there and what resources they have. They're also on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, here are your beginning end pages. Then you have your nameplate page. Then you have this letter from Stephen Lawson, who is the creator and founder of Monk Manual. This is a really good letter to also explain to you at the heart what Monk Manual is really about. I just want to read these two parts. Some people say time is money, but actually time is everything. Time is personal growth. Time is relationships. Time is impact through your work. Time is health. Time is spiritual growth. Time is where you find peace, meaning, and love. Often we undervalue the full potential of our time. As a result, we undervalue the full potential of our lives. That paragraph just said so well what I really think and really resonates with me. That is very impactful to me. This may look like a normal planner, but underneath the facade, you will realize that it presents a new way of approaching your time, which in turn will present a new way of approaching your entire life. Here he talks about the mind, body, and spirit as whole person productivity. At Monk Manual, we are on an ambitious mission to fix productivity. The path to fuller living doesn't come from being more efficient machines, but rather living into our full potential as human beings. I love that. We are not machines. It's time to shift towards a new way of approaching our life's work. It's time to adopt a whole person approach to productivity. Over here, I underlined a few things I wanted to highlight. Inspired by monks, backed by science. This is a system for life. It bundles your monthly and weekly habits designed to help you manage your time, live into your creative potential for good, and experience deeper levels of peace, purpose, and fullness. Their whole system is based on this PAR method: prepare, act, and reflect. This is meant to parallel the approach of a monk to his daily life. But we're all really honest here, and he is in his system. If you've ever gotten to look at any of their stuff, We all know we don't live like monks. We have families, we have kids, he has kids, but this is the system that they are basing it off of, is that you're preparing your mind, heart, and schedule, live through intentional actions with a sense of freedom, peace, and presence, and then reflect back on what has transpired, what you have learned about yourself, and what God is doing in your life. How to use the Monk Manual Weekly Planner. He talks about the monthly prepare pages, the weekly prepare pages, and the weekly reflect pages. And then he takes you through here and talks to you about different parts of each page. So you have your monthly layout, and he talks about each part, your weekly reflect, and your weekly prepare. It's your planner layout there. There is only one place to find joy, purpose, and God, the present moment. And they have a whole start guide section here for you. You can scan the QR code, or you can just go to monkmanual.com/start. You can get the most out of your planner. Set your intentions for the year. They have a section also here too. He has developed something called a life atlas. So you can go to monkmanual.com/life atlas if you want help setting meaningful goals for the year. Here, they're giving you 12-month being goals, 4 of those, and 12-month doing goals. So you have 4 of each, and you get to highlight. They give you an example, like start a kitchen garden. What months are you going to work on that? So they highlight so that when planning out, you can come back here and look, and you can be like, in March, which things did I say I was going to be working on in March? Then you have habits and themes. Habits I'd like to build this year, and themes I'd like to cultivate this year. Here he teaches us a little bit about a theme, but they also have a whole section on help on brainstorming habits and help on brainstorming themes. monkmanual.com/themes or /habits. A theme is an idea, concept, or word that if you focus on it for an entire week or month, will transform your life for the better. Themes answer questions like, what is missing in my experience of life? How can I grow? How can I give? I'll show you the theme I thought of for my week. We'll see if I did a good job on that. Daily routines, thinking about your new morning routine. What is each thing you want to include in your morning routine, and what around is the length of time for that? And your evening routine. Also blank space for notes in here. So it's a really simple preparation system, really intentional and simple, and is not complicated at all. Purpose, intentionality, freedom. Then you go into your 12 monthly spreads. Because this is an undated planner, your monthly spreads are all up front, one after another. And so you can use one of your Grosgrain ribbon bookmarkers to just mark your monthly spread in here. So on your monthly spread, it is a typical Sunday start. You have 5 weeks for the month, and he gives you a little box to write your number in, which is really nice if you're dating your own planner. It just helps you stay neat. And that will also highlight the number of the day, the month, the theme for your month, and the habit for your month. Then you have 3 priority items for the month and a top one highlighted. This is your monthly check-in. How are you doing in these categories? Thumbs up or thumbs down. Relationships, physical, spiritual, work, vocation, personal growth, play, and peace. One way I want to grow this month. One way right there. So then you have your 12 months with those simple check-ins on each month, all up front. And then we start our weeklies. Actually, I filled out 2 weeks in here and did a pen test in between. So let's go back. 1 week I decorated with some washi tape because I wanted to show you, if you are someone who decorates your planner, this one can be easily decorated with, like, this is Thanksgiving time. So I picked Thanksgiving theme washi tape, which actually just happens to flow really well with just the whole motif of Monk Manual, I feel like. So my top 3 for the week, and then what was my top priority every day, and then just list it out. I did not list out every single thing I did that week. I did a general overview at the beginning of it. And so you'll see it's not completely filled chock full, but I'm fine with white space in my planner. I actually want white space in my planner. So then I kept appointments up top if they were not the priority for the day, and then just items and lists. And I wanted to show you how you could change your page just to go with your planning style. What I would probably do is draw a line right about here to do my weekly lists in different categories that I like, my orders I need to do, my email or call or text, and then just my general to-dos. You do have this room for general to-dos here too, but I just put that as errands to kind of be separate. So that's just a different way to plan out your page. Like I said, it's a really versatile page. It really lends itself being open and airy and the really light lines to being able to draw off and section off however you need it. I wrote a gratitude each day, and I kind of have to say, I actually love seeing that going with the day in my planner. I did not write an insight each day in there. And then I did fill out some of those reflection questions. Some felt like I was going to get way too personal to share in the video here, so I did not finish them all. But like I said, they really made me start thinking about how I'm probably not reflecting enough with deep questions in my life every week or even every month. Then you have your dot grid page. Then we did our pen test. This weekly planner is $54 and I have a 10% off code. My code is Amandasfavorites. You can use it over and over again, unlimited use, and no affiliate link. So if you're purchasing daily or weekly or anything from Monk Manual, make sure to use my code for 10% off. And also, their dailies, you can actually buy in bundles since they're 90 days. And if you buy 4 dailies, it's like a really huge discount for the bundle. And you can still stack my code on that, which is amazing if you're wanting the daily. Like, you cannot get a better deal than that. I actually have an email into him about what the page paper is in this one, because I know in the daily it was 80 pound. I do not know about this new weekly because it was not listed on the website. So I will put it on the screen here. To me, it definitely feels like it's either 70 or 80 pound. It has a nice thickness to it and feel to it. It is not extra smooth, but it does not have a lot of tooth. It's just right, one of those papers right in the middle, and it takes all pen very well. I tried some really dark pens like ERIN CONDREN dual tips, Papermate flare markers, and a really dark mild liner. And this is on the back. I feel like you can see even more because, you know, when you're going into just a weekly page that's already cluttered with lines and things, you can't see as much. But this is a blank page, and you can see there, you can see ghosting, but absolutely nothing bleeding through. So here is another week that I just happen to fill out right now, today, because I thought, you know, I filled this out when I first got it and played around in it and, you know, read all the stuff and did my research on it online. And then now I thought I was filming today, so I would go ahead and come and fill out this week in here and fill again how it felt. You know, maybe filling out a week on a page that doesn't have washi tape and that I'm not going to draw a line for all my categories. So I was like, how would that feel if I didn't draw my line and just use this for a to-do list? Although I usually have more and I like categories. And here's also kind of example about how you could use the insight for anything you want. Like, I could put when am I going to walk that day down there so that I could keep track of that. I could put the weather in there, but also I think there's a great space for the weather there or there if you wanted it higher up. And or I could use it for insights. Like, I need yoga right now. So to tell myself that, I put my priorities each day. I love the way they stand out. My habit for the week and my theme for the week is give attention and time. So I want to give attention and time to any people in my life that I come in contact with. Not be looking at my phone, not be distracted, give them my attention and time. Write my date, my top 3, and that's how my week looks starting out. And then my weeks usually get a lot busier looking as I go through the week and start filling things out and things come up. And then your weekly reflection, which you would do at the end of the week and looking forward to the next week. You can use this list for something for the next week or your grocery list if you don't use it for reflection on your last week. So just lots of versatility there. So that is the Monk Manual weekly planner. I wanted to pull out the daily planner as I'm ending. It's an A5 size, and I will link, like I said, my most recent review on the daily down below. It is such a great daily page too. So if you're like very intrigued by the weekly and about everything about Monk Manual, these are all the same things, but just brought into a daily. So definitely check that out if you are interested. The daily though only comes in this one color with the green band. All right, guys, that wraps up Monk Manual Weekly. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, or if you've used the daily, I would especially love to hear that too. But I always like to know what you guys are thinking about a new planner. So leave that all down in the comments and we can chat. If you are purchasing anything from Monk Manual, don't forget to use my code Amandasfavorites for 10% off at checkout. Thanks for being here today, you guys. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I will see you next time. Have a lovely week. Bye-bye.